Okay, Dmitry, I think I think it's going to be easier if I just produce a little video here to show you what I'm talking about. So look, you enter your manager code, whatever, and you go here to scheduling. This is what they're going to be looking for. So when you open up the scheduler, okay, so here's the scheduler. I know the screen is a little bit cut, but for instance, let's say you go here in the queue and you bring up any reservation. Okay, you'll notice you have this screen here, and if you go to the customers screen, there's a little zoom where you can look at the customer history. So it's the same thing. Like, let's say you go here to this particular customer and I press history. It shows me all the history of that customer. So this is like the view of each of these customers. Let's find one. Okay, here's a guy named whatever. Let's see here, Green Nicole. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to customers and go to Green Nicole, I guess, right? Because it seems like, but this is like more complicated because we want to just zoom in on this customer, you know what I mean, to make life a little bit easier. Let's see, I don't know, let's use this one here and let's select the history. Okay, this one has no history either. So let's see, past bookings. Here you could see the past bookings, and the future bookings she doesn't have any. So what they would like to be able to do is like see all of those bookings, but not off of this screen. In other words, you'd want to have something here that, let's say here, another button that says view by client. Let's imagine this exit button moves over. Here it's view by client. You'd press that button, and when you press that button, it would be the same thing as this screen coming up. Okay, something like this. Okay, and then you have all of the different dates and whatnot of the reservations going into the future. You know, it would be like this future bookings kind of thing. And then they want to be able to select that booking, so they would double click and select the booking, and then when they select the booking, it would come to this screen, which would be the graphics screen. Let me get out of this for a second here. That's freezing up. Hold on. Don't know why. Okay, and then it would come to the graphics screen. Then here would be the customer name, like you have, okay, but you wouldn't see, you would see these reservations, and the future reservations would come in below for what's available for him to reserve, and then he could go from day to day to day to look down below and see what reservations exist down here, and then he would highlight whatever he wants, and then once he's highlighted this for room 404, the booking screen would come up, which right now it doesn't come up. So I know I could do it here, and then the booking screen comes up, and then here would be his name. Here in this box would be his name, not AAA, and then they could go ahead and revise that reservation. So it's really to make a revised reservation. But the main screen that he'd be looking at all the time would be this screen. In other words, the screen that they would be looking at would be this screen, which is the event editor. Okay, and so instead of like right now where I have to jump, like right now to modify a reservation right now, let's say I wanted to modify this reservation for Mr. Shane. If I open it up, I'd have to go here. I can't go to the grid. I have to go here and select a different date. I don't even know if that room is available. You understand? So I don't know. I can't make a selection for him. That's why they want to have it all by something where they can view by customer, you know? And that's what I was talking about, man. I think there's a confusion if you can't see these screens that I'm talking about. I think it's tough to understand exactly what they're looking for. So it really, this having the customer here in the queue and selecting here, that's not really doing the filter that we're talking about. We're not talking about filtering here. We're talking about filtering, you know, with a button here. You can go and, you know, find it's the same thing as looking at this history, for future bookings, and then you have all the future bookings in this panel, and then you can double click, and then it takes you right to the graphics queue, so the graphics area, and it also puts it up in the queue so that you can see only for that customer without seeing all the other customers. I hope this helps a little bit in understanding. I'm going to post this video to YouTube.